So why bother using Google Drive? What's the big deal? Let's go to Google Chrome. We don't want to open it up in Internet Explorer. You can, but Internet Explorer is a dinosaur and it'll be much more cumbersome and annoying for you. I open up my Google Drive and you can compare it to the Microsoft Office package. So here's Word, here's PowerPoint, Excel. You can create forms. Here's a drawing. You can connect to more apps. So let's say I want to create a graphic organizer, but I don't really know how to do that. I'm going to Google graphic organizer, and now I can create a graphic organizer using this in Google Drive. Obviously, you can see that there are many apps there, so I'll let you just kind of explore that on your own, because you can work with photo editing, you can work with calculators, music. That's up to you. There's GeoGebra, which is a great math program you can work on. So why use Google Drive instead of using Microsoft Office? For one thing, you're not spending $200 or $300 on it. Instead, it's free. It also has more memory than you'll ever be able to use. I've never ever run out of memory, so you don't ever need to delete files. It's online, so you can access the network from wherever you want, from your phone, from your iPad, from any smart device, from any computer, anywhere in the world, any country, Asia, Africa, Europe, it doesn't matter. You're at home sick, you can still access it. So maybe you are at home sick, but you still want to teach your kids, so you go on here and essentially you tell your kids what they need to do. It's incredibly convertible. So let's say I want to upload photos. I can do so. Let's say I want to upload this photo right here. I just click on there and now I have uploaded it. So I click here and there's my photo. Maybe I want to upload a PDF. So I come down here, I upload it, and here's my PDF. I can also upload Microsoft Documents and Microsoft PowerPoint so that I can go on to my Google Docs and my Google Drive and I can edit Microsoft Documents here. It'll convert it to a Google Doc. You can easily also, let's say I want to download it as a Microsoft Word. Maybe someone wants the Microsoft Word version or the PDF version or these other versions here. You can do that. Let's say I want to download it as a PowerPoint presentation. I can do that. I can just come over here to File, Download as PowerPoint, download as JPEG, download as PDF. I can easily organize my work. So I have all these files. Depending upon your organizational system, you can make subfolders upon subfolders upon subfolders, the same way you would on any computer. You can also, what I usually do, because this home page here looks really scary, I just sort it, last edited by me, but then when I want to access something, maybe I want to access my tutorials. So here are all my tutorials. You can easily create your own classroom website, and you can embed anything. You can embed anything. So let's say I'm going to Google Sites here. I have a personal electronic file cabinet for all of the different parts of my own personal life. Our financial planning, our memories, our future family, our household, our paperwork. My classrooms are on here. My travels are on here. Our weddings are on here. So I have an instant memory of our weddings. This is just a way for me to organize various areas of my life. Your students could create sites, so maybe you would want your students to create, each of your students could create their own website, and this is a way they could publish. So maybe you have a writing section for them to put all of their writing assignments onto that section of the website. Maybe you have a math section, so they put all of their math assignments on their math section of their own personal website. So it becomes an online portfolio of your students' work. Maybe each teacher has a website and they share this with their class and with their teachers, with the administration. Different pages have different permissions. So maybe some pages are visible only to the administration, other pages are visible only to the parents, other pages are visible to the students. You can upload things, you can connect to more apps, you can use the Google Drive offline, and it will sync once your device is connected to the internet again. I don't usually use this. I find it to be a little confusing, but maybe that's something you would want to use. I only use it really if all of a sudden my connection goes away and I don't have the internet, and then it comes back and it immediately has synced. You can collaborate with your colleagues in real time, seeing each other typing in real time. So what can you do with Google Drive? Well, Document is just a typing program, so you can create lesson plans, you could create letters to parents, and maybe you tell your parents, maybe they want to opt in to receive all of their handouts electronically. So now you're saving so much money and so much paper because you don't have to send it home, hope that it gets home, hope that your student has given it to their parent and that they've seen it. You just email it directly to them. You can create worksheets. You can create graphic organizers, whatever it is you need to do. You can plan using Google Docs. Google Presentation is a great program for having students create presentations. You can also do self-guided lessons. So we all wish that there were 3 or 4 of us or 5 or 6 of us in a room all at the same time. You could differentiate using this. You could do maybe 3 different versions of the same lesson, lower, middle, and higher. And the class is split into groups and they are listening to your lesson online here. So now you're teaching them all at the same time. You can do professional development presentations here, self-guided lessons, a whole class presentation. Maybe your students are creating presentations here as a group or individually, and then they just present it to the class. Maybe they create a presentation and then they email it to a different class, and that class watches their presentations and makes comments. Maybe a classroom creates a math lesson. Maybe a 5th grade classroom creates a math lesson for a second grade classroom. You can use Google Forms, or you can use Google Spreadsheets. Google Spreadsheets is great to use as a grade book, to use as a checklist, to use as an assessment tracking tool. Maybe you put, beginning of the year, middle of the year, end of the year, or specific dates. You can use it to make charts and graphs. Google Drawings, maybe you want your students to do their extended response for math in here, so you just go up here and it has equation symbols, so you can just do that. Maybe you want them to show beginning, middle, end of their story, so maybe they create a cartoon where they have different boxes and they explain a summary of the story. You can really do anything here that you need to do. So you can collaborate very, very well with this because of the real-time editing. So if I name this sample for you, I can open it up here. And now maybe I want to add in an arrow. Now I go to the one that's already open and bam, there's my arrow. It's already been saved. It's instant real-time collaboration. That means that 4 or 5 students can be working on a presentation all at the same time. So maybe, again, example for you. Hello. Now we will open it up. We'll open it by another student. Maybe we have 4 students who are working on this. And one student is putting in the title. Maybe another student is, you see the title here, and you see that student. Maybe this student is putting in subtitle. Maybe another student's working on a different slide. Maybe this student's in charge of the aesthetics. So maybe he decides to make it fuchsia. Yikes. Maybe this person over here says, fuchsia, that's too bright. Let's try black. So then the student goes up here and they go to the background and they change it to black. And maybe the student who had made it fuchsia says, you're right, that's much better. Because they're commenting, you immediately have a participation grade because you can see exactly who was commenting, who was doing the work. It's very easy now to track group work without having to actually see it. Let's say you don't want someone to actually edit it, you just want them to be able to comment on it. So that's where the comments come in. So maybe they only have permission to comment on it, and they come over here and they try to edit it, but they can't do it. Maybe you want them to be able to chat. So we go up here and they can chat, and it's not going to be recorded, but maybe they have suggestions, maybe they have comments, maybe they say, how about we try doing this? Why don't we try doing that? They can chat in real time. So what can you do with this collaborative activity? An entire class can be writing down their answers all at one time. They can see each other's answers, and they can comment on each other's answers, facilitating classroom discussion and giving you something to be able to grade and something to be able to track for assessment purposes. Small groups can create a group presentation, as I just showed you, without having to meet in person. So that means if someone's in the hospital for 3 weeks because their leg was broken, they can still participate wherever they are. They don't have to miss school. A classroom website can be created where students can post their projects. Maybe you want each student to have their own website. That would be very cool. Students can turn in assignments electronically, saving paper and money. This means that you can grade your assignments electronically, never having to return them, because essentially you are just going to go on here. The student created their document, and you'll go on here and you'll add your comments and your grade right there. Parents then, you give them access to this document, and they can immediately see your comments. They can see the student's work without ever having to get in touch with you. Committees and grade levels can meet together without having to be physically together. There are all sorts of applications to Google Drive, so I hope that you go ahead and play with it a little bit. Enjoy!